Welcome to the van tour. Start off by doing a wee walk round and I'll explain what the van is and a few wee bits about it. As you can see, it's a 2021 Citroen Berlingo in grey. It's the 1000 kilo or 1 tonne Enterprise Pro model. As you see, it's obviously done in my colours and branding, really makes it stand out from the crowd. Had quite a lot of compliments on it and quite a few jobs actually where people have reached out to me just because of my branding, so it's definitely paid for itself in that regard. I'll take you inside the van now, and the inside's a bit of a mess, still to properly sort it out, but pretty standard tradesman's van. So I've got bag down here is just camera stuff, that other bag there is just a daily bag that I carry about me with paperwork and bits and bobs that I sort of need on a daily basis. Usually obviously camera equipment's here and that's just a wee material list, but it's pretty basic. Up the top here is usually just regs books, all the sort of different types of books and stuff like that I need, and up there's just some camera equipment. Got some prison mic there as well for anybody that watches American Office, and then just pretty standard invoices and all that sort of stuff for the month there. Then just bits of paperwork, business cards. Just done the ICO expert installer thing on the day of filming this actually, so all that stuff there, money and all that sort of stuff. A few wee other handy things about this van, just in case there's anybody in the market for a van. There's decent storage in here, so obviously like I mentioned, you've got up there and up there. You get this bit, like I said, where I just keep invoices and all that stuff basically for the month. You've got this one here, I just keep like a wee lunch bag and a few bits and bobs in there, but like I said, as I've mentioned a couple of times, I'm still sort of in the process of sorting one or two bits out, so it's just full of crap now. You've obviously got your bits in the door cards there. Under your third seat, and again that's another sort of part of why I quite like this van, for as much as it's a small space, you've still got a third seat there just in case you're needing to carry that extra passenger. Bin bag, iPhone cable. You've got this here, so got my flyers and all that stuff under there, and this seat, if I can reach it, so there's a wee pull tab there that folds down, and then that hatch there goes back inside towards the van, and you can pretty much fit 3 metre length stuffs through there. So obviously if you don't have the pipe tube, you can still obviously get conduit and all that sort of stuff in there, but I don't really need to use that, and obviously because I've got the false floor now, it's a bit more difficult to get stuff in, but it still can work, so I just use that bit for spare bags and stuff like that. So, bin bags. Close that back over, and again, one thing I've noticed is I like to have these seat belts closed, because as soon as you have any weights, the sensors on these basically triggers the seatbelt thing on the dash. Show you the dash there. So I bought this van, like I said, it's a bit of a long story, but I bought this van back obviously in 2021, I think it was November. So you can see that I've done 7,000 odd miles. Nice big screen and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, pretty standard, but it's a decent wee van. Before I go any further with it and show you the back of the van, I'd just like to obviously make it clear that this is my first actual proper works van, so still a wee bit of trial and error with locations and stuff, exactly what I want. I'm still changing bits here and there, and there's still a few wee bits to be done. So keeping it on the exterior just now, obviously as you'll see there, it's all standard, but I'm either going to spray the wheel trims black, or maybe even get alloys for it. I'm a wee bit undecided. I'm going to get wind deflectors for it just to make it look a little bit better, and I was thinking about a bonnet bra for it as well, but I'm not sure. Mainly just for protection, but I don't know if that will cover too much of my logo here, but I'll maybe have a wee look at it. And I've also just bought a private plate with sort of company branding on it, so I've still to get that made up and then get the insurance changed over. On top there, Rhino pipe tube. I actually got that second hand of Gumtree, got it for a bargain, so I thought I'd just snap that up. Bought the Rhino roof bars with a roller, obviously, because I usually carry the triple extension on the van. I usually carry the triple extension ladder on the van, but started taking that off and just use it on jobs that I actually need it. It's obviously quite a bit of weight to be carrying about. And then obviously got my 6 thread fiberglass ladders there with my Rhino safe clamps as well. I've actually got a newer set of Rhino roof bars that Rhino actually sent me out as a wee competition one. I think it's cam bars or something like that they're called. I've started to stick them on. But it's just knowing that it's going to take me an hour or two to sort of whip these ones off and then put the new ones on. But I'll get that done now that the nicer weather's coming out, and then I'll just sell the ones and make a wee bit of money back. So we'll go into so I'll do a wee transition and I'll show you the back of the van. So hopefully you can see there. So put some LED lights in, again just roughly done just now. I've literally just done them a few days ago, and I've also got a wee light up there, and that one is actually courtesy of one of the subs, decent guy Andy, thanks very much for that. Finally get around to actually putting it on. So on this side obviously got my van vault slider. With all my power tools and stuff like that in there. And then on this side it's just some sort of miscellaneous stuff, so it's all drill bits and stuff for multi-tool blades, discs, all sorts of stuff in there. Obviously the running joke with Sparkies don't know what a brush and shovel is, but got that in there. Boots, all that sort of stuff, and then there's just some GU10s and all that stuff in there. My dual T-stack stuff, so pretty much depending on what job I'm doing, this will go into all the jobs. Load the stuff for the van vault into there that I need, and sort of wheel that into the job. So obviously if I'm needing a handful of drills like combi, impact, multi-tool, SDS, handful of batteries, so if I'm needing a chunk of stuff, I basically just chuck it all there. And also when it comes to the end of a day, I can pretty much unload all my stuff and I can basically put everything from my van vault into there, reverse up to my driveway, and everything gets taken back into the house at night. Obviously it's a bit of a pain in the arse to do it, but it keeps the tools safe, so it's a no-brainer in that sense. The next sort of big expense and thing that I'd like to point out to you is actually my false floor and racking. So I actually got this all custom built by a company on Instagram that I've seen, and it's brilliant. It's a really good storage solution. The only thing is obviously this fan is just a little bit too small for what I really need and want, so you need to be quite strict with what you actually carry. So obviously I've started sticking some labels on there. Still getting used to the other label printer that I bought, but obviously that one's metal boxes and metal boxes, fast tricks, etc, etc. So I've got plastic boxes. That one there is all my accessories, that's junction boxes, and that's some outdoor stuff. I've started to label them up. So I got this. So to jump back in, I actually got this racking sent out to me, and I had to basically build it and install it myself. If I can remember, I'll do a wee transition and upload some pictures of the sort of build process from basically shell of a van to getting it to here. And then I stuck down this penny washer rubber matting, obviously again just to protect the plywood underneath there. Obviously just got my small steps there. Up the top shelves there's just a little bit of cable again. It just doesn't quite fit, so keep some cable there. There's a couple of drums there, and then usually if I'm needing to carry anything else I'll just carry it there, but it's all just job dependent. And the system that I've got in place is I'll sort of pre-pack my materials the night before in my shed and basically just pick them to suit each job. Again, pretty standard, every Spark has this, but I'm thinking about just taking this away because it's pretty useless, or you don't really use it, but again it's just a handful of MCBs that you maybe need, and then obviously a few fuse box blanks. What else have I got in here? Cable spooler or reel, whatever you want to call it. Some spiral labels and stuff like that down there. On the side is obviously main tool bag, so it's a Vito Pro Pack Tech Pack. Again, that's a pretty new purchase. I had the wee smaller one, again can't remember the name of it, but I had that and it just wasn't big enough. This Stanley bag here is just for my MFT, and then in there is my laser, and I think that box is, that's consumer unit stuff, so it's just membrane grommets, blanks, other bits and bobs for when I'm doing a board swap, etc, etc. This wee Vito pouch, one's at the MB3, has just got my brother label printer in it. And then these are ones just full of Wagos and boxes. I think this one here is all sorts of clips and fixings, and this one here is plugs, screws, all that sort of stuff. Pretty basic, and like I said, obviously some cable. So I've got full drum of 1mm, some 3-core, some 2.5, bit more 3-core there, some 10mm earth, and tails up there. I usually just keep my rods. I've actually got the CK Mighty rods, I think they're called, and it fits up there perfectly, but I've left them on a job just now. These wee hooks I bought for my sleeving, but they're pretty crap, keeps falling down, so I've had to sort of do away with that. But other than that, that's pretty much the van. Not too much to show you. Again, job dependent. I keep this space clear because I've got another sort of 4 or 5 of these DeWalt storage boxes that I can basically put here. So I've got one with stuffing glands, I've got one for cable cleats, I've got one for this, that, the next thing. But pretty basic, but more than does the job and everything is pretty much just easy to grab as and when I need it. I don't even think I touched on this side actually, so obviously just bought these stealth mounts, and again, just put all my batteries on there, and then obviously I've got a system where I'll just use them in some sort of order until I know which ones are flat, and then obviously I can charge them and all that sort of stuff, but that's that. Aye, so that's pretty much it for this van tour. It's obviously pretty brief. Not want to bore you all too much. If there's anything you would like to see in a wee bit more detail, if you'd like to see what's in the tool bags, or sort of talking through all this, the power tools and stuff like that I've got, then obviously just leave a comment down below and I can do a bit of a more in-depth video for these. But aye, that's pretty much it on this one. Thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next one.